Episode 10 of The Accident begins its finale with Barroso threatening Lupita with $1 million or he'll tell the cops that she hired him to kill Moncho. He gets cocky and eats the apple she has kept for Gabito's grave and she caves in. Meanwhile, Carla's expose has created a huge stir. Emiliano tells Daniela that it was David who stopped him from going to prison, which Carla fails to mention. He also misses Daniela but accepts that their marriage is over. As for Carla, she's excited that her interview is a big hit, but Yola doesn't care. She just takes the money and leaves. Things aren't looking well for the Lobo firm as the theme park investors want Emiliano out or they will sue everyone. And to make sure that there are no more delays, Javier and David are forced to bring Charo on board as he runs a construction company. Javier is apologetic as he fires Emiliano from his own firm. David is also upset that Carla threw her sister and brother-in-law under the bus for fame. She finds it hilarious that he is acting as a moral police as he manipulated Moncho and Emiliano and slept with Lupita. They continue to fight daily until one day David disappears. Carla starts getting worried and looks for him everywhere, but she confides in Daniela that she thinks David must have run away. Meanwhile, Emiliano and Daniela stay true to their promise and get Yola and her kids US passports. They also give Kike Rodri's tablet and hope that the kids can have a new life. Lucia avoids Salome and finally tells Daniela the truth about the stakeout. Daniela is shocked to learn that her daughter is doing drugs and was the one at the drug dealer's house. Alex has been innocent all along and it is Nico who's the dealer. Daniela apologises to Alex for arresting him and heads out to catch the actual culprit. She and Fonseca find Nico at the high school and arrest him. Daniela also beats herself up for not looking out for Lucia and helps her get clean. In the epilogue, we see that Lucia has been attending NA meetings and is still dating Alex. The commotion surrounding Paula's miracle continues, with even her estranged mother Roxana showing up with the priest. They want to take Paula to the Pope, but Fabienne vehemently refuses, calling out Roxana for using their daughter. Roxana threatens to go to court for custody, but Paula begs her not to. She shares that she wants to stay with her father and that she doesn't like the attention or the interviews. She is still happy to spend time with her mother, and a teary-eyed Roxana complies. Once the clamour dies down, Paula and Fabienne visit the Virgin Mary statue in the river. Paula prays to her and then tells her father that she won't tell others about the miracle anymore as it is hers. In a counselling session with Fabienne, Brenda reveals that she regrets hurting Javier and cheating on him with Mauricio. Javier also frames Mattio's puzzle as homage and promises to do his best to save his family. He sets up an appointment with a vasectomy specialist in hopes of reversing it and shares that he is ready to have a child with Brenda. She is touched and they get back together. After getting Emiliano fired, Charo pays Ulysses to put him in jail. With CCTV footage from Charo's driveway, Emiliano is arrested for assaulting Charo. During the trial, Ulysses is able to bring in the bouncy house incident and claims that Emiliano's negligence and greed have not only led to the deaths of 3 children, but the wrongful imprisonment and murder of Moncho. Javier defends Emiliano and shares that there was no malice behind the acts, and the judge sentences Emiliano to 2 years in prison without bail. Unfortunately, the theme park deal falls through as the construction workers find some archaeological remains. Javier instantly alerts the investors who don't want to mess with the government and cancel the deal without demanding any compensation. Charo is furious but realises that the contract was the only thing protecting David. Charo calls him to the site under the guise that the deal is back on. He then reminds him of the death threat he had made when they first met and David had eyed Lupita. He follows through by shooting David in the head and has the construction workers bury him. Fonseca reveals that Moncho's killer has been found and we see Barroso's dead body. Turns out Lupita poisoned the apples that Barroso ate. After he dies, Lupita steals all evidence and throws it in the water. Yola is still not happy as she claims that the person who hired Barroso is still free. Daniela promises to make the culprit pay and finds some documents in his car. Meanwhile, Alex wants to move out, but Lupita promises to look after him. He comes back home and is annoyed that Charo continues to be his insufferable cocky self. However, Lupita advocates patience and it pays off. A while later, Daniela arrives and arrests Charo. The documents in Barroso's car were planted by Lupita and linked Charo to him. This is enough, and Charo is convicted for Moncho and Barroso's murders. Lupita is victorious as she tells Alex that she always keeps her promises. As he connects the dots, he looks disturbed. During the epilogue to the accident, Daniela visits Emiliano in prison and updates him on everything that's taken place. She shares that she is ready to forgive him and accepts that mistakes can be made. They promise to wait for each other until Emiliano is freed. Once she leaves, we see that Charo has paid to be put in the same prison as Emiliano, who isn't deterred. As Emiliano walks back to his cell, someone sneaks up behind him. The Netflix show ends there, but we can deduce that the person is either Charo or a guard paid by him to kill or hurt Emiliano. And with episode 10 coming to an end, this exciting thriller also draws to a conclusion. We were almost worried for a minute there, since the second half of the show kind of drags on with the Lucia drama and Emiliano's back and forth, but the finale thankfully finds its footing and neatly addresses all the issues and mini conflicts that have arisen across this show. Everyone gets their due, from David paying for hurting Moncho, Emiliana, Carla and Lupita, to Yola finally leaving for the USA. Emiliano's trial has us conflicted, but even the prosecutor makes sense, as his negligence and greed caused most of the drama. Charo though, that's one bad guy we'd love to see if a season 2 is ever greenlit. But with that sneaky little last minute shadow behind Emiliano before the credits roll, it instantly brings back our attention as if the story is not yet over. And hopefully it isn't, as Carla is yet to learn the truth about David, Alex being upset with his mother for being deceptive, and Emiliano's possible attack. There's certainly plenty of prospects for a second season if the accident is renewed. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.